We back, y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We fucking back. God damn, it's cold as fuck in this place. How y'all doing? Y'all good? Y'all good? Y'all good? Hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's doing fine. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are. Goddamn. I hope you guys are doing your thing. I hope you guys are doing great. That's about it. Hold on. What's going on, Brush Hater? What's happening? Hold on. Let me change my shit real quick. Damn, I haven't heard from you in a while. How you been? Today we just going. Hey, today we just going yap. Today I say yap, but today, yeah, today's gonna be a chill stream. I ain't gonna be here for too long. I'm just here. I'm just gonna be here to like do my thing, like only for an hour, and then I'm out in this bitch. But how you doing though? You doing good? Everything all right? We're gonna do some reacts. We just gonna chill out and just talk about life, man. I haven't heard from you in a while, man. How's everything? You still playing Helldivers? I know you are. Mm-mm. You say I've been good, man. Okay. How's everything, man? I know you playing. I know you still playing. What you call it? Helldivers still. Yeah, I stopped playing it only because I heard there was too many bugs in that shit. Too many bugs. Oh shit. Fuck, I have to close my windows real quick. Hold on, let me grab something real quick. I'm gonna grab some water real quick. Alright, I'm back. I'm gonna say just chilling for a little bit. Come and talk to us. But yeah, man, how you been, my guy? What you been on, man? I heard the last time I heard from you, you were still doing that HVAC thing. Or was it somebody else? No, I think it was you. That's the last time I heard from you. You say you're doing HVAC. I, bro, have y'all been seeing? He said, "Yeah, that was me." Oh, okay. How's that HVAC shit going? Is that good, bro? One thing I will say is that, bro, I've been seeing a lot of this right here, a lot of these type of videos on my feed lately. I'm like, bro, why is everybody so sad nowadays? Everybody's like sad nowadays. Everybody's like sad or like I don't even know what it is. It's like everybody's just so I don't even know what's going on. Or like this one right here. I am 31. I wasted my 20s. Like what's going on? What's going on with people nowadays? I have 60K in student debt and 2 degrees and I can't get a job. Maybe some people should just give up. What the fuck? What is going on, man? What is happening? What is happening nowadays? It's like, are people really that like doomer? Like, Like, is it really over, or are these people just grifting? Like, I want to know what's going on. Like, I really want to know what's happening because, like, hold on, let me add one of my homies. Let me see if one of my homies want to come and stream with me. It's like they just give up. It's like they just give up, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on lately. Don't give up. Don't give up. Like, bro, one thing is life is never gonna be look, this is what I'm gonna say. For all y'all that are in the here, like brush hair, this is what I'm gonna say. Don't give up, bro. Life is hard and it's always gonna be hard. And it's never gonna be easy. Like, it's probably gonna get easier when you get in your 30s or like 40s. If you do it right. If you go to school and you work and you do what you gotta do and like you save your money, it will get easier for you later down the line. But as for right now, now that you're young and this isn't that, it's gonna get hard. And it's gonna get harder as more you age on into life. But don't ever give up, bro. Do not ever give up. Do not ever give up. Like, I'm begging you. Don't do that shit. Don't just be like, okay, I give up. I'm not even gonna try anymore. I'm gonna just stay at home and be homeless or go back to my mama's place and not do shit, like, and rot in my bed. Like, nah, man. That's not at that point, you're just literally then you're really just wasting your 20s if you just give up, you know? You said the 2 degree thing is stupid because jobs expect you to have degrees and experience. That's fair. That's fair, man. That's right. I understand that. But I think here's my like experience when it comes to that, right? I believe that a lot of the recruiters they just put that as a front. They don't really mean it. Because the reason why I say that is because for my job, how I got into my job, they had all those type of stuff in the requirements and I still got it. It really just comes down to I will say you are right about the experience. The degrees, they don't really give a fuck. If you really have experience, then they'll be like, okay, all right, at least have 2 years. If you, the minimum that you could have is like 2 years, 2 years of experience or whatever you're trying to do. If you could get 2 years of experience, then they'll be like, okay, you know what? All right, fine, we'll just try with you. But now that's the hard part because now every job wants expects that, and where can you really start? So, for example, you said that you wanted to do the HVAC thing, right? Like, if you wanted to, like, if you're gonna get experience as HVAC, if you really want to get experience from HVAC first, you got to go to school for it. So, and then in your school, they have to actually teach you how to do it. So that's if it lasts for a year, that means that you have 1 year of experience, right? And then work any, I would say work at any place, work anywhere, especially if you're still living with your parents. You don't need to, you could work at a place that is giving you like what, $20 an hour, like $20 or like 15. Okay, usually they pay like people that have no experience, entry level, $15 an hour. Go over there, go stay there for at least a year or two, and then bounce out. So then at least then you have 2 years of experience, and then you could apply for another better paying HVAC job. Or you can start your own business. It's up to you, but that's what I would tell people to do. I believe like a lot of these people they say these type of things, oh, I don't got a job or I never work. And it's like, okay, but what are you doing right now though? Like, you know what I'm saying? He said, already on that, bro, going to school for it and planning to get a summer job when I turn 16. Yeah, that's what I would do. I, you did the right thing. You did the right thing. Yes, go to school for it. And I don't know how long your school is gonna be, right? It's probably gonna be like maybe a year on that, and then spend a year on that, And then after that, bro, you said plan on getting a summer job. Yeah, get it. Don't since you're 16, you're still at your mom's your parents' place. So don't care about the money. Do not care about you're not in a position to care about how much you're getting paid. But do so get any job that's willing to take you, even if you're getting paid $15 an hour. You gotta think about it. It's all about the experience. If you get so once you get that summer job, only think about I'm just working at your place for experience. That's it. Like I'm not here to like fucking stay here for too long. I'm just here to just get the experience that I need and then bounce out. You said I'm going for 3 years. Oh, for the school? Oh yeah? Okay. Good. So wait, so then how old are you right now? Aren't you like 14? Then you're 14 then, right? Because you saying once you turn 16, so you're 14 right now, right? You're 15. So then what? You be 17. What when do you be 17 when you get off when you get out from school, right? Or when you graduate from the HVAC school, right? Am I tripping or am I not? I'm like, am I tripping? Yeah. Oh, okay. So you plan on still on the summer when you turn 16, you plan. Oh, that is true because when you turn your league is kind of like is your legal it's legal for a 16-year-old to get a job as long as his parents consent, right? I forgot it's like that, right? I think I forgot it's either 16 or 17. As long as you have your parents consent to work, you around 16 you should be able to get a job. I think it's 16 or 17, I forgot. It's one of those two, I remember. Let me go grab my syrup real quick. So I think it's 16. I think it's 16. It's 16 that you could work. You need your parents like permission for them to work. But sorry, I was eating something. You said 16 or 15, depending on the state and where you will try to work. Okay, that's actually good. Perfect. I would say, in my opinion, I would say work at 17 because then you don't really need your parents' permission. You're 17, so it's like most places they'll be like, okay, well you're about to turn 18, so you're an adult in your eyes. So you're an adult now, so you don't really need your parents to tell you that you can work at this place or not. But hey, do what you want. That's just my opinion. I feel like you should wait until 17, right? But if you want to if you want to turn 16 and go, it's up to you. It doesn't matter. I will say this. I will say this, right? Like I said, go. Do not care about how much you're getting paid. Or the only thing you should care about when you're starting out, only care about if the working conditions or working environment that you're about to work at is tolerable enough for you to work there or is good enough for you to work there. That's the only thing you should think about if you're going to work over there. Because as long as the environment is good, you be okay and you feel safe working there, that 1 year of you spending there is gonna take fat is gonna be fast as hell. You're not gonna worry about shit. You won't even think about it. In a blinking of an eye, you already have 1 year experience because the working environment in that place is chill, and you're not stressed out a lot when you go over there or you dread going to work. That's it's gonna go by like that. So that's my recommendation to you as somebody that's 24 years old, and I'm like kind of like giving you my advice on how to navigate to that type of shit. Just your first job, do not care about the money because you are not like in that position. You're 16, 17, you're still living with your parents. You're not, so you don't have a, I wouldn't say you don't need to think about how much I'm going to get paid or whatever it is when you're starting out. So just go over there to get the experience that you need so that once you do turn 18, 19, 20, and you want to move out, at that time you will have experience, and then you could get yourself a better paying job for you to survive and live life and do all of that. But as when starting out, do not give a fuck about the money. The only thing you need to care about is the working environment. Is it non-stressful? Is it is it is the place dirty? If it's or is the place like kind of dangerous to work at? Because if it's dangerous as hell, I'm not gonna work over there. Or what are the benefits? All of that. Just think about those things. Don't think about the money when you first get your first summer job. Just think about, okay, is this place gonna be safe for me to work at and shit. But that's it, really. And then when you get a little bit older, then you could come ask me for some other shit. But oh fuck, fuck. But yeah, man, that's my little advice to you. Now, do what you want. It's your life. It is what it is. I would not. I would not. You know, I would not lose any sleep if you don't listen to any of this shit. But I'm just telling you, that is what I would do if I was in your situation. If I was 16 again, or not 16, 15. If I was 15 again, you know. But yeah, man, I've been seeing so many of these videos in my feed lately. Like so many people giving up on life and like giving up is like they're just giving up, and it's like you can't give up in life, bro. You can't. You cannot do that. You know. He said. He said. You said as long as the place is OSHA compliant, I don't care where I work. Definitely, yeah. See, look, that's a smart way to look at it. As long as it's safe to work at, don't worry about what it is. As long as it's safe. Starting out, as long as it's safe, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the pay. Don't worry about all of that shit. As long as it's safe for you to work at, because as long as it's safe, I'm telling you, you won't even think about the rest of the shit. You won't think about the other stuff. You be like, hey, I'm just here to get my experience and get the fuck out of here. That's it. But in all seriousness, though, right? Y'all gotta stop giving up. Do not give up on life, man. I'm telling you, it's. I know it's rough out here in the streets and shit like that. It's rough out with everything that's going on, but that's like a part of life, bro. And it's never gonna get easier. It's never gonna get easier. Like I know a lot of people are like think that it's supposed to be easier, but it's not. As long I would say that it gets easier, life get easier for you once you, in my opinion, I don't know, I could be wrong, and if anybody in the chat that's like old enough, because I'm 24, I believe like once you get into your 30s or 40s and you do it right, if you do it right, where you save your money. You don't just blow through it. You're always on your grind, always like trying to better yourself every day. Um, and you just work on just being a better version of you. I believe in my opinion, once you hit those type of your 30s and 40s, it life should be easier because at that time you've already worked your hardest when you're young, and now you're kind of like, in a sense, like um just like technically you're technically enjoying the hard work that you've done, you know. But that's what I believe. You said, yeah, and I'm lucky I already got a house and any college paid for it with 30K in my bank. W parents for doing that shit. Your parents did a great job. See, this is what I'm saying. It's like your parents were thinking about you. They were thinking about you when they were getting older. They were like, okay, we have to make sure we save some money for our kids and shit, and prepare him for the future. So we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. So that's fire that your parents actually thought ahead like that. Most parents don't be thinking about that shit. They be thinking about them now. And then there, I want to say most parents, some parents think of that, and then there's most parents that are unfortunately can't help their parent. I mean, can't help their kids out. You know, I'm one of them. Like both of my my mom and my dad, they can't help me. Like how I got to where I am, I had to do it all on my own, and I don't hate them for it. I'm glad that I'm still grateful for my parents and stuff like that. Like they 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 put their all into like raising me and my brothers and stuff like that. So like I don't even be hating on them at all for it. I'm the circumstances where it's just that hey, they didn't have money to like help me out and help me and my brothers out, so we gotta do it on our own. You know, I still be thanking them for that, but sometimes when I reflect on my life, I'm thankful for that because some people, right, when their parents give them like secure them, like let's say a house, or they like, or you, in your situation, they got 30K like saved up in the bank for them. Some people, they see that and then they don't try at all. They take advantage of like their parents' hard work. You know, so they look at that and they're like, okay, well, I don't need to try hard because I know that I have a house ready for me and I got like this amount of money in my bank account, so I don't need to like try. So there's some people that are doing that have that, and then there's some people in my situation that you know their parents, their mom or their dad never helped them without shit, and then they just give up. They're like, oh well, if nobody's helping me, there's no point of me working hard because like I'm never gonna get to where I need to be. And I just be telling them like, you can't give up, man. You can't. That's how life is, man. That's how life is. So I see this all the time on my feed. Like these are like thank God I have no student debt. Like the moment when I started working, I paid all that shit off. I would say it is. Anybody, no matter the moment when you have student debt, pay that shit off. Paid all that shit off, bro. Try to pay it off because I'm telling you, it's better to pay. Luckily for me, I paid it all off. I paid that shit off. I'm like, hey, hell no, bro. I'm out of here. I think I only had like, I think I only had 10K, and then I was like, okay, I'm out of here. And then I paid all that shit. Every the work that I was doing every like week, I mean, every 2 weeks, I was putting money in it, and eventually, by like a year, it was all paid off, and I was like, all right, good. I got no student debt. But yeah, man. Don't give up, man. Do not give up on life. It's hard. I'm not gonna say it's not hard for people. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it's not hard, but it is. It is hard out here. But don't give up. See, look, it's like my experience being unemployed for a year. It's like, yeah, it's like people are so depressed nowadays. Like people aren't like I don't know. Life is no joke. Be smart with your money. This guy is right. Just be smart with your money. That's it. A lot of people, yeah, like a lot of people are like sad nowadays, man. You know? But how do you guys feel? Are y'all okay? I know there's three of y'all in the chat. Say what's up. Say hi. How you say what's up? No? How you guys feeling? I know Brush Hater has been saying something. But yeah. Damn, it's cold as hell in here. I opened the windows and shit. Yo, my like where I live at right now is just hella wind is blowing. And it's cold as hell. I think it's what it's like it's like 30 degrees over here where I live at. Don't give up. Don't give up. He said most I ever talked in the stream. well, I'm well I well I'm honored and I appreciate your like feedback, man, for real. I appreciate it, man. I really do. I appreciate you like going out of your way to, you know, do all of that. I believe like a lot of people, in my opinion, we need to start like just doing these type of things, man. Like just start. A lot of streamers don't really talk to well, I would say that they talk to their their people only because to get something out of them. Not to be like, let's chill out and just talk about life. It's more of like, okay, I'm gonna talk to you guys so that y'all could sub up. That's it. You know. And me, I don't want to be that type. I'm never gonna. I say I don't want to be. I don't. I really. I'm never going to be that type of person where I'm getting money from y'all because I'm the type of nigga that I want you guys to just watch and be like, you know what, this nigga is right. Like, there's not. I want you guys to like watch my shit and be like, just start your day right. That's it. Like, that's really about it. Like, I want y'all to watch my shit and be like, you know what, he's right, man. It's time for us to like do what we gotta do. Like, it's time to be up. So yeah. Let's see what we could watch. Like I said, this is gonna be a really short stream though. This is really gonna be a really short stream. And then like I'll be back maybe in the midnight. I don't know, some shit. My job switched me to like second shift, so now I work in the afternoons and come home during midnight. So I don't know. Which is like I'm not mad about it at all. I actually like this type of shift. So mm-mm. Let's see. I wonder if what's his name is Lurch in this place. His ass is usually saying something. Okay, so what could we watch? There was something that came up, and I was like, oh, I gotta watch this with the stream real quick. What the fuck am I looking at right? Whoa, whoa. Oh yeah, it's called Izu. So have y'all seen this? Have y'all seen this? Apparently, this is gonna be an emulator, bro. This shit right here is gonna be an emulator. Now, I watched the teaser for this shit right here, and like it was like, whoa, like this is going to be the next generation of emulators. Mm-mm-mm. Whoever did it, he did this shit right. When does it come out? It don't even tell you that. But apparently, this is the emulators. Y'all want to watch this shit, or are y'all be into emulators or not? Y'all into emulators and shit, or no? Or y'all niggas are just like, nah, we don't do that. I don't think so. I don't think most of you guys I don't like that. I think you guys actually like buying games. Sometimes, hey, look, sometimes when you were poor, you had to play them you had to play them emulators, man. I'm telling you. Hold on. Some people, hey, sometimes in life you have to do what you gotta do. I bought 3 games this year. What games did you play? What games did you buy? You bought 3 games this year. Let me guess. Hmm. Hmm. I'm trying to understand. Trying to see which game did you buy. By the way that you sound, you probably like. Actually, you know what? Nah, you might as well just tell me. I might watch this, but at the same time, though, it's like the usual people aren't here. Damn, it's cold. But yeah, man, this Izu thing is crazy. This is going to be the next generation of emulators. Now, I don't know if this shit is gonna be. I don't know if this shit is gonna be what you call it on PC. I really don't know. I don't think I heard he said that he might put it on PC, but as for right now, it's gonna be on handheld, which is like, in my opinion, why would you do that? Like nobody's trying to. I have not seen anybody nowadays play handheld consoles except for like Steam Deck, and nobody's willing to like emulate their Steam Deck for this shit. No disrespect, no hate towards these niggas, but yeah. It's it Battlefield 6, Ghost of Yotei, and Pokemon ZA. Bro- brother, what happened to Ghost of Yotei? Like nobody talks about that shit. No, nobody even talks about Ghost of Yotei. But I haven't heard about Yotei. ZA though, I've heard about a lot about ZA. I heard the ZA is about to be crazy. Like, well, not about to be crazy, but it got fucked over big time. See, look, I'm pretty sure there was a video over here that talked about ZA. See, look, ZA is the worst multiplayer game ever made. Wow. uh, what else? There was another one I showed, but I don't know. But there's this game. Okay, you know what? We could watch this. So this Kirby Air Rider stuff, like I said, this is probably one of the craziest. Like I said, I didn't know that Kirby had a crazy lore. I thought this was like fucking Mario, but I don't know. He said it's honestly pretty refreshing how normal Pokemon games are. Really, actually we could actually react to this real quick. What the fuck is what the fuck is this? Wait, I gotta see this. What the fuck is this? What?
Não estamos disponíveis neste momento. Por favor, ligue mais tarde.
Oh, this is from
E
Devil
já
May
tô
Cry.
recebendo
That's funny.
e já tô recebendo ligação. Cliente. Se quiser usar o banheiro, fica logo ali.
Dante, fez o que spa, certo?
Parece que já ouviu falar de mim.
Well, I don't even
Já falou
understand. I don't even understand what they're saying, but it's exactly from the Devil May Cry. The Devil May Cry. Fucking first intro.
sobre você.
I
Vim
think
trazer
it's
um
three.
convite do seu irmão. Por favor, aceite.
Wait, I don't remember him doing this. Wait, what? I don't remember the guy actually doing this. He never did this. He actually like lifted the table. What? I don't remember it. No, this is has to be something different.
Vamos
I don't
começar.
remember that part. Yo.
Uhul! Bravo, garoto demônio. Corando, garoto demônio. Você é forte.
Oh, the jester, the jester, the
Mas seu
jester.
caminho é por ali.
E eu sei pra onde é que eu vou.
Mas esse é o seu mapa agora. Siga meu conselho.
What the fuck?
Se meu irmão quer me ver, então vá até ele.
But this not happen. This is not happen in the first like the intro of Devil May Cry. But okay, it's cool though. It's cool. Why did the algorithm? Yeah, this this is the best algorithm pull ever. Yeah, it just in my algorithm like okay, that's pretty cool. Anyways, speaking of Pokemon, bro, this video right here just showed up right here.
Pokemon ZA is easily the most controversial and divisive Pokemon game since the last game.
You said
Or
honestly, it's wait. You said it's online wasn't that hard though. Really?
the one before that. Or the one before that. Huh. Funny how that keeps happening. On one side, you got people screaming about windows and balconies. On the other, you got people who, no matter what this company does, they're gonna clean up that Nintendong really good. Then there's me, your favorite internet roommate. Cool as fuck, by the way. To me, I feel like no one's really touching on the real problem, what's going on with these games.
Right.
And that is the continued decline of these games' regions or world design.
Yes, I agree. The world designs for that newer games are so lackluster. Is that even the right word for it? Lackluster? Luck luck. Oh, okay. Never mind.
So the question came to be, does Pokemon ZA make an interesting world? Does it make me feel immersed and engaged? Well, before I can really get to that, I think we have to take a
Released in
moment to do a
2020
quick breakdown
2013.
of how we got here and why I even think the worlds of
Wow.
these games are so important. Now allow me to casually lean on a hopefully fully modeled pillar.
Like and subscribe. Oh shit. So is this the new?
My green screen has fallen. Welcome to the erasure of Pokemon's region design.
Is that the old
When it comes to things that are deeply nostalgic to me, Pokemon is on my Hokage monument. And while Pokemon offers a lot from great games, banger ass OST,
Oh man, finally, people are finally realizing that Gen 5 was the best. People are now finally realizing Gen 5 was the best Pokemon. Like, was the best Pokemon, like, generation. Like, people are now realizing it now. I remember when Pokemon Black and White came out and people hated the fuck out of this game. And I'm like, bro, this shit is peak. This is probably one of the best Pokemon games out there. This is the best. Like people don't see the vision. People didn't see the now people are actually realizing like, oh my gosh, like Black and White was actually fire. Like
cool characters, Bulbasaur. But I think more than anything, what's always enchanted me or enthralled me about
I'm
these
so glad
games
that Black and
is
White is
the
finally getting its
regions or worlds they
it's
take
finally getting
place
its
in. I mean, there's a
what
reason
it
the
what
first
it
thing
you know
Professor
what it
Oak says
deserves.
in the
It's fame
first
that what
Pokemon
it
game
deserves.
ever is Welcome to the Pokemon World. And the games were usually the best way that I could immerse myself in that world. But over the years, as I've continued to
Right.
play these games, I found myself feeling de-whimsified. Okay, so if you're new here, about 3 years ago I made this video where I talk about how I feel that after we moved to the 3D era, so like X and Y and on,
Right.
I started
3D
to see
era.
a steady decline in the quality of the Pokemon games regions.
Yeah, it's like they just gave up. Like when they went to, you know, 3D, they just gave up, man. They like literally gave up. He said, "Wait, is this actually live right now, or are you just watching a video?" Oh, I'm reacting right now. Who is this? Shout out to at Gino Kugel. We were just react. I'm just reacting for a little bit. How you feel about the Pokemon, man? Okay, let me see.
Or worlds. Where in earlier games,
Why I don't know what's going on with YouTube lately, but YouTube nowadays they made it like I don't know like nowadays YouTube is just like they they put your username on there. You know, they put your username on the screen or whatever, and it's like, bro, like, but people don't really. So like, I don't know if that's like your real YouTube name, Gino, but okay, I'm just gonna say it because that's what it shows up over here. But you said, I just got here because the algorithm led me here. Wow, W algorithm. He said the algorithm led me here. Um, as for Pokemon, nothing exists past Gen Gen 5 for me. Bro, you a Gen 5 lover? Man, that's my guy. That's my nigga right there. See, look, he's my nigga. That's my nigga right here. He knows. He knows the truth. He knows the dream. He knows the vision. He knows that he knows that like Gen 5 was the shit. And people were just hating for no reason when it first came out. He said, I think it's part due to budget of the games, honestly. Budget? I don't know it's budget. I just think they just stopped caring. They just stopped giving a fuck. They're like, it's this is what I think. This is what I think. I think it's because when Black and White 2 came out, the the reception of those games, like, because when it came out, a lot of people did not like those games. Like they got hate for those games. And so they were like, you know what? Let's just okay, like we tried something new, which was Black and White and Black and White 2. We tried something new and the fans hate it. So we're just gonna just from now on, from the next generation of the games, we're just going to do the exact same shit that the older games did. You know, we're not even gonna innovate anymore because Black and White and Black and White 2 was our version of like was our version of trying to like innovate, but people hated that. So like we're just gonna stop doing that shit. He said, for real, bro, Black and White, Black and White 2 was peak, bro. This nigga get it. This nigga gets it, bro. This nigga gets it. You are probably the only nigga that I know that's in this that's likes Gen 5. That knew the vision that it came out, that knew the dream, that knew what they were trying to emulate to us, what they were trying to give to us. But that time the fans just didn't see it. They didn't see the vision. They didn't understand it. He said back then games felt like they had so much passion. Nowadays they're just producing bad slop because they need to make the shareholders happy. Yeah. He says EA budget's estimate around 13 million. How um okay, but how what's the budget for the older games?
Felt like not
What
only were
is
the
the budget for the older games? I'm pretty sure the older games were like what um were around the same I'm pretty sure it was around the same pay, or it might be even lower. It could be lower because
town's
it does
aesthetically
it's not
pretty,
the
but they also tended to have
it did
interesting
not
lore
incorporate
and
the 3D.
content
It
to
might be
do
less.
outside of just the gym. And you can even feel that with the routes too. Like Eckertique, for example. It's beautiful, it has so much
Man,
lore and
beautiful.
significance to the region. Yeah, it has a gym, but it also has other interesting content to engage with. You got everything
This
to
is
do with the
beautiful right
burned
here.
tower, the dance school, and even the tower where you would run into Ho-Oh. But then you look at towns in the later games, especially from the Switch era, like Winden and Sword and Shield.
Oh my
Definitely a
god.
very like
It
big,
look
imposing,
it
pretty city.
looks like this, bro. This would have been a great region if they actually like did something with this city. If they did like you could actually go into these like shops and all that, bro, this would have been a game changer for Pokemon. But they just didn't do it. I don't understand. He said the budget for Black and White was 21 million, bro. Like literally, it was like even bigger than that. I believe like it's just that like I believe in my opinion is the reason why they stopped caring is well, not really caring. I think is they just got scared because the reception from Black and White and Black and White 2 was so bad at that time that they got scared and they were like, you know what, we're not even going to innovate anymore. We're just going to just keep doing what we got to do, you know? Like we're not going to like try to like make shit happen or something, you know?
But there's
You said to be fair, now they need 5 billion in assets in 3D due to their own decision of including 5 billion new Pokemons. Now they have to have like make new animations and new moves, etc. Bro, they don't even like, bro, like my man said new animations. Ain't no new animations. The animations look the same. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. He said Red and Blue is 13 million in 1998 money just to appease shareholders.
hardly, if any,
Yeah.
interesting lore about this city, no matter who you talk to. And there's literally nothing interesting to do here that
Yeah.
you can't do in any other town.
It's
There's
so
even like a
weird.
whole ass Ferris wheel in the background that you can't like walk up to.
That is so weird. Like they could have really done because let's be real, right? Winden in like I think this is Pokemon Sword and Shield. This is like based on like I think like it's inspired or based on London. I think I could be wrong. Like for all y'all niggas that are in the chat, like y'all could just correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure this is based on London. Bro, they could have done so much shit in here. But they didn't do shit. They didn't do nothing with it. It's like I don't know what was going on. Now, let's be okay. Now, to be fair though, when this game came out, this was during the COVID season. So I will give them like I will not be on their asses on this game only because during Sword and Shield time, COVID was happening. So it's like, okay, I could give you that. And Scarlet and Violet. I think the reason why Scarlet and Violet was so ass was because of COVID, right? So I will give them the benefit of the doubt because of that. But I will not give them the benefit of the doubt when it comes to Pokemon ZA. I would not give them that because now you don't have any excuse. You don't have no excuse or anything, you know? Or like Pokemon Arceus. I know a lot of people like that. Me, it kind of looked weird. I did not like how it looked. So, yeah. You said Galar is based on Britain? Yeah, like they could have done so much shit with this.
It's not accessible. It's just set dressing. And then you go to Legends Arceus and it only gets worse. While they did have actually a very nice content-filled town where you can enter every building,
Wow.
cough cough, but that's the thing, that was the only town where the rest of the world or
Yeah,
region felt
it
very
looks so bland. Like, look at this. This looks so bland. Like, I don't know what, like, I don't know what they, I guess they were trying to get like a Legend of Zelda, like Breath of the Wild thing on Pokemon, but it's like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know what they were trying to do with this. Maybe this was their first attempt for something open world or open zone, but it did not work well because it's 300 years in the past. Yeah, but at least, but I'm pretty sure 300 years in the past would have had some Pokemon roaming around or some shit to do, you know? I mean, like, look at Ghost of Tsushima. Like, Ghost of Tsushima is like the the setting is in the past, but there's so much shit to do in that game. So you like, so that's like, it's like,
empty and uninteresting content-wise. And Scarlet and Violet had a similar problem with this too. They had more towns, but
I
they
don't
were
know if
some
you
of the
play Ghost of
least
Tsushima, but
interesting
I'm pretty
ones
sure
of
even
any
Ghost of Yote,
Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure Ghost of Yote that you even bought. There's so much shit in that game for you to do, and it's open world and it's
Game
set in
ever.
the
Where
past.
like a lot of them you couldn't even enter
You know,
any building except the like Pokemon Center, Mart, and the gym or whatever it
bro,
was.
this
And
is.
once again, the
I'm
world
sorry.
Pokemon
I'm sorry. It's so weird to see like a
Center,
Pokemon that could be
Mart, and
a fucking motorcycle. That is so weird. Like I am, bro. If somebody told me, if I didn't know this was Pokemon, and this was like, I don't know, like if somebody said, "Hey, what do you think this monster is from or this character is from?" I'll be thinking like, "Oh, this got to be like, I don't know, Power Rangers or like fucking Transformers, right?" Like I can't see this as a Pokemon. I can't see this. This does not look like that does not look like Pokemon. That looks like Transformers. I don't know, fucking Power Rangers. Like I can even see this on Digimon, you know?
the gym or whatever it was. And once again, the world was pretty big, but empty. This to me is the biggest problem with modern Pokemon games. Overall, the worlds of these games became more hollow. While I love the gameplay formula of catching mons, battling with them, and being the best like no one ever was, that only made me like the games. But
Yeah.
this is what made me love the games.
Yeah,
Hence
that's
why when the ZA trailer came out and it said that it was only going to take place in Lumios, I wasn't too excited. So
wow.
this time I knew going into it, I'm going to be
Whoa.
lowering my expectations. At
Oh
least with
shit.
this route, because this game only has one city, it's much easier.
I was thinking, he said, yeah, Violet definitely had the worst design of the two. I was thinking, yeah, you are right. It's like the two legendary Pokemons that came out of Scarlet and Violet is like kind of like what the why? Like why did they choose these two designs? It doesn't even feel right. That's not Pokemon. That's like those legendaries were not that's what I'm saying. It's like what Geno said is like, bro, past Gen 5 does not exist. Like to me, it does not exist. Like Scarlet and Violet, the legendaries for that is like, why? Why do you guys use this design?
To make that city.
And and then another thing, I was thinking when ZA came out, I was thinking like this is what they were going to do, right? This is what I was thinking they were going to do. Like, yes, you're stuck in Lumino City, but there's so much stuff in Lumino City for you to do that you don't really care about going outside of the city. That's why I was thinking that's what they were going to do. It's kind of like for you guys, I don't know if you guys played Yeast Monstrum Nox, like Monstrum Nox. Like if you guys play that shit, it's Yeast 9 Monstrum Nux. It's like it's kind of like a game where you're like you're an adventurer, and like most of the game you're in the city, but the city has so much shit going on in there that you don't think about going outside of the city. The city got hidden in like alleyways and hidden like, and the city also have a underground like prison and all that type of shit. I was thinking that's what they were trying to go for in ZA, but it's not. It's like what? You said the bike form is also worse of the two forms. Yeah, it's so weird.
Interesting and feel like a real living breathing place and fill it with interesting stuff. While it isn't the ideal thing I would want from a Pokemon game, good stuff could still come from it. There's plenty of great games that take place in just one city and still feel very fulfilling. It can be done, but the question is, does ZA
Does it?
do it?
Does
Does
ZA?
Zaza make an interesting world, or in this case, city? I want to start by talking about everyone's current hyperfixation.
On the windows?
What the fuck?
On the visuals? Yeah. Ah man. What do you guys think about the visuals? Y'all think? I think that the visuals are kind of like, man, I don't know, man. Like I said, I'd have no excuses now. I can't give them any excuses for this game. Scarlet and Violet and like Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield, I could give them an excuse because that time when they were making those games, COVID was happening. So I could give them an excuse for that. Like, COVID was happening, the lockdowns, all that type of shit was happening. So it's like, you know, I, Japan was really strict on that type of shit. So I will give them an excuse for those two games. Those two games, I giving them an excuse about. Like, okay, I'll give them. But this one that just came out recently, nah, man, no, no. No, man, no. I can't give you an excuse. I can't even give you an excuse.
I've seen a lot of people hate on this game's visuals. And, like, yeah, it has obviously glaring problems, but honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's a little overblown. I think it's still the best looking Pokemon game to date, regardless of the buildings.
Oh, that's funny as hell. That's funny how he did that. He said, "Honestly, I honestly don't care. I like nice looking games, but I prefer gameplay that is fun to me." Nice, yeah. I'm the same way too. If the gameplay is fun, the story, and like if the gameplay, the story, and the soundtrack is fire, I'm not gonna care about how it looks, honestly. You know?
When it comes to making an interesting, engaging world, visuals play a key part in that. But before I get into this, I want to address that the conversations around the Pokemon games, especially Switch titles, visuals, have become very sensationalized. With Sword and Shield, it was the trees. With this game, it
Yeah,
was the
the
windows. With
window.
Scarlet and Violet, it was
It was
the
just
everything. And a lot
yeah,
of times, the
it was just a buggy
criticism of this
mess.
game does sound like it boils down to game look bad, so game is bad. And there is a lot of angry people who will snap on you, it seems, for just defending a game you like.
Right.
But the thing is, visuals are a essential part of video games.
Right.
And thus, it's obviously very fair to criticize them when they look like this. And also now they cost $70. On top of that, an already like early announcement of DLC, which is never a good sign. And the
Oh,
fact that
gosh.
they put the mega
And I heard that the DLC is also trash too. The one that's coming out. I heard. I could be wrong, and I could be wrong about it, but I could be wrong. But yeah, he said. Honestly, I also think that ZA suffered from being a cross-gen Pokemon game. What do you mean by that? Or is it because it was for Nintendo and I mean for Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2? That's what you're saying?
Of the starters of the region behind a Nintendo Online paywall. It's just just a lot of bad factors. But what will my billionaires do without their fifth yacht? You know, I will say I do this for a living, so buying this game and a Switch 2 would actually be like a tax write-off for me. You know, just to be like completely transparent with you. But I felt weird about giving my money to
It's
a
on Switch.
seemingly
Switch 2.
greedy
Yeah.
and unethical
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
billion-dollar company
Yeah.
for a product that I'm feeling
Yeah,
like,
you're
might
right.
not be too good. So I set sail for the Grand Line and yo ho ho took a bite of gum gum. Don't get me started on that fucking evil bird scene. I had to grind for this view.
Look in my eyes, tell me your tale, do you see the
And I think a big
Whoa.
part of why the criticisms have become so loud is
Right.
because this isn't the first time that we've been having this convo. Because almost every single one of these releases has come out with problems
Yeah.
that people have been pointing out, and yet it feels
I didn't ever heard any issues about Arceus. I just I guess the only like kind of like quote unquote um problem I heard from Arceus is that it's the world is bland and that's it. But I never heard any. I heard a lot of people like the game from what I heard.
like it's only gotten worse or at the very least improved very
I
slightly.
could be wrong though.
After the third time around of having the exact same
Granted though,
convo,
I
it
checked
can
out
get a bit
after
annoying
like
to
I
still
checked
have
out
people
after Gen 5
defending
anyway. So
this. I mean, it's 2025 and we're talking about flat PNG textures of doors, windows, fucking balconies. X and Y had fully modeled balconies, just slapped
Really?
onto surfaces and
I didn't know that.
repeated. And I know everyone's been talking about the windows and shit, but for me, this is what gets me.
Say wallahi, bro. Say wallahi. Say swear to God that just happened. I just spent $200,000.
Like, that's supposed to be a pillar. What the fuck?
Yeah, that is not right, bro. That is not right at all. They literally plastered a pillar on the wall when they should have made a pillar. That's crazy. You said Arceus was really good. Yeah.
Literal cut corners directly in your face. Still fully priced. And it definitely wasn't for high quality animations. For like literally any action that happens, they cut to black screens. They don't have to animate it. You can't animate my character pulling a fucking lever or this girl petting a fucking Ekans or
Yeah.
this shelf being
What? No way.
And I care a lot about not just trying
Wait,
to
what? No, that's not true, right? This is not true. Wait. What?
Ekans or this shelf being
Wait, did he had a Pokemon movie or like it was supposed to be so was this character was supposed to move the shelf? Nah, that's crazy.
And I care a lot about not just trying
No
to be
way.
grr, game bad, And I want to look at this fairly and not just use this video as a vehicle to get views through hating on this.
Right.
Because that is a market now. But
Yeah, that
admittedly,
is.
even I
He is right.
find myself
That is a
feeling a bit
market.
annoyed at some of the defenses I see. And defenders will tell you, but it's a Pokemon game. They've never been about the graphics. You know, you don't play Pokemon for the graphics. I'm catching Pokemon, not Windows. Okay, miss me with that anti-intellectualism. It's not just the trees or just the buildings. It's the bigger picture. It's the fact that these are AAA fully priced games and they
Yeah.
felt it was okay to release while completely underbaked. These
Yeah.
trees and buildings aren't a style choice. They are clear signs of an unfinished game and
Yes.
rushed development. And I hate this idea that defenders try to say that Pokemon games visuals never mattered. Bro, I was there. Those pixel art games, dude,
God. Oh God. Black and White 2 was. Oh man. Now thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. That now it's like now everybody's seeing how peak Black and White and Black and White 2 was. Thank you. You know, it's been a while. It's been so long. I used to like defend Black and White I was the only. I was one of those niggas that was on. I will literally die on the hill for protecting this game. I will glaze the hell out of. I will glaze the fuck out of Black and White and Black and White 2. I will glaze the fuck out of Gen 5 because people at that time did not understand the vision. People did not see the vision that time. So now it's so now all of that has been paid off. Now people are starting to realize, oh my gosh, Black and White and Black and White 2 was so goated. It's probably actually the best in the whole series. You said, if I remember correctly, there was a switch that the character hit. Oh yeah? Okay.
Great! They used that pixel art aesthetic really well and created beautiful environments and worlds. When people are criticizing newer Pokemon games for their visuals, I guarantee you almost none of them are looking for Pokemon to be a hyper realistic, pushing the most pixels and teraflops and kabutops and polygons and porygons and Decepticons. No one is asking for graphical realism for Pokemon. I
Right.
made a whole video about how it's always been art direction over graphics. And
Right.
for me, and I think what most Pokemon fans want when they
Right,
talk
right.
about not liking how Pokemon has been visually,
Right.
one, they just want it to look finished,
Yeah.
you know?
Just make it look finished. That's all we're asking for. We're not even asking for anything like groundbreaking. Make it just look like you guys cared. That's it. You know? If you could make it just look like you guys cared, then everyone would not be complaining. But it looks like y'all just don't care at all. They just don't look like they care.
Bare minimum. But also for Pokemon to have good art direction and a
Like
good
look at this. Like look at what's in front of you right now. Look at what is in front of you right now. Look at these animations. Like the leaves. And let me remind you. Let me remind you, right? Let me remind you. This game had 4 seasons. I think Black and White 2 have 4 seasons. Well, both of them have 4 seasons. And it was cycled on real time, like in real life. So if it's fall right now, right, it would have been fall in the game as well. And and these animations was so fire. It's like they had so much, like they just really cared back then, and then they just, I don't know. You said if Gen 10 is switched to Oli, it will probably look best of the by far. I hope that Gen 10 is better, is good. I really do hope, cause right now it's not looking good. It's not looking good for Game Freak.
art style. That's something I felt prior games in this series really understood. That's what makes most Nintendo games look good and stand out even when they're not the most
Right,
graphically
right.
impressive. I want Pokemon to lean more into a unique art style. And I
Yeah.
thought Legends Arceus was a good sign of that. While graphically definitely not the most impressive,
Yeah.
but the art style, I fuck with that. It had that sort of watercolored, old Japanese woodblock painting.
Honestly, he is. Now that I'm looking at it and he's explaining it, he is kind of right. It does look visually like I'm kind of liking the art style for this game. Even though I still believe like it's still bland, like there's nothing going on, but now that he's like explaining the art style and stuff, I'm like, okay, he actually is cooking. He's actually spitting right now.
Type beat. But for some reason with Scarlet and Violet and this Legends game, they went back to the typical generic Pokemon art style they've been doing with these Switch games. Bro,
Right.
I hate this shit. Don't get me wrong, the models of people and especially the Pokemon are definitely more well made.
Right.
And even the character designs I think are really cool, as they tend to be with Pokemon. And I think the Pokemon have looked the best they've ever looked in 3D. And they're brighter, more saturated, and even have some personality with their facial expressions. Look at my boy Frogadier. Bro is content. He has no
Bro is
worries, no
cooked.
troubles.
Bro, it's smoked up.
But the art style and art direction of those characters and
Bro,
the
it's high as
buildings,
hell.
it's just painfully generic. The characters look like how those emoji people on
Oh,
your phone look.
oh my God. Oh, he said the characters look like emojis from Apple. Oh no. Bitmojis, that's what they call them. Oh no. He's not wrong though. Look, they look the same. I didn't even know. I didn't even notice that. I really did not notice that. Holy shit.
Like, you know what I'm talking about? Ideally, I would want Pokemon to go back to making pixel art, but like in a Octopath Traveler, 2D
2.5,
HD kind of way. Or if we're
2.5
gonna keep
easy.
it in 3D, my dream would be to have a Pokemon game in the same look. A while ago, I believe an artist made this like concept of a Pokemon game made completely in the original Ken Sugimori art style. Look.
Mm, I don't know about this one. I don't know about this 3D one. I don't know about this one. Maybe this is just a concept, right? Maybe if we're looking at the concept, this will be fire. But like art style wise, and I don't know about this. I don't know about this one. I could be wrong, but me looking at this doesn't look good to me. It does not look good to me on this one either. All right. Um. Yeah, this don't. I don't know. Maybe people see this and they're like, "Bro, this shit is gas." I don't know. I don't know if this one is the gas one. Is this a break or is this accelerate? What you guys think? Is this an accelerate thing or is this a break? Let's press the brakes real quick.
At this shit. That's what I want. I think Pokemon leaning towards something like this, it would be ideal. And I feel like even if we had
Okay,
a
I
whole ass mid
guess.
off and just
I don't know.
focused on the Switch games, I think ZA is still easily the most boring looking Pokemon game. Sword and Shield, while not graphically as impressive, some of the routes in that game are colorful and
Yeah,
vibrant,
I'll
and
give
they
him
even
that.
have neat
He's right.
concepts sometimes for a route. The towns were huge in scale, had some really cool
Yeah,
concepts for the structures of the buildings. A cool ass castle, a steam powered city, a
yeah, like
town in a deep,
it was.
like
I
dark.
don't understand it. Like they had the right concept for it, but they just didn't do nothing with it. I don't understand. I don't understand why they had so much of like a concept for it and then they just didn't do nothing with it. It's like they were like, ah, whatever. You said it looks weird, not gonna lie. Yeah.
A mushroom ass forest. But here it's just these very monotone, plain, boring ass buildings on top of having flat, repeated textures everywhere. I think another problem visually that comes with this city, unlike other games that take place in a whole region or
Right,
world, there
right,
tended to be a variety in the biome. So you had like a volcanic area, a
right,
coastal area, a
right.
bamboo forest. But here, it's just this
It's just a city.
everywhere,
Wow.
which isn't helped either by this city being so small. Pretty quickly, visually, the game gets really repetitive and dull. While plenty people are mad about windows, balconies, and buildings, which is an issue and thus needs to be acknowledged, but I don't want people to think that if this game was released as is, but like with those problems fixed, those things actually modeled, that the game would then look good. Even if these were modeled, you'd still have a boring city because the art direction is uninteresting and repetitive. It's the
Yeah, he's
audacity
right.
that even when they had the easier job of just doing one city, not a whole region, just one city,
Right.
they still underdelivered.
Yeah, they
And
did
that to
not do
me, I
right.
feel, is inexcusable. And there's plenty of ways that you can
They
make
didn't
this
do it
city
right.
look more interesting. On
Right.
a base level, you could have done more with flowers or vegetation, or considering the different sections of the city separated by color, you could have
Right.
had those colors more apparent in how the city looks. Or the
Okay.
most easy and obvious way, using the Pokemon. See, in this
I
game,
would,
instead of
yeah,
having
he's right. I would say that, and then I will also say like also use the NPCs, like let the NPCs actually do something, not just stand around and not do anything, you know? Right? Like I want to see uh a fucking like if we're in the city, right? I want to see like us use a taxi or like I want to see us like I want to see them like actual people like NPCs actually right here selling like bread or some shit with Pokemons and stuff. like with their Pokemon helping them, or like I said with the taxi driver, he has like he's sitting down, he has like a I don't know maybe like a Machamp or something sitting with him so that the so that like like technically the taxi guy has a security guard, something. Just let the NPCs actually do something, not just stand there.
a world or like
Or let them
wild
walk
that you go
around,
out to actually
like
catch the
don't just
Pokemon
let
in
them
their
just walk around
habitat. The
too.
Pokemon are actually like migrating into the city, and because they haven't yet found a good way to have these Pokemon live in the city, the corporation or government is attempting to use these like gated wild zones kind of thing to kind of hold them into specific areas. You'll see them taking over
See, like,
residential
why,
areas,
why,
random
why is there like an NPC just standing there? Like, give
them
me a
into
reason
specific
why is this.
areas.
Look,
You'll
look.
see them
Why are you just standing here? Like, why? Like, what would have been cool about Pokemon ZA? They should have had like a Pokemon school or something. Just like in Black and White. You know how Black and White, or Black and White 2, Sharon was like a teacher in one of the like Sharon was one of the teacher, one of a like he was a teacher in a Pokemon school. They should have had a Pokemon school in here. I don't know why they did it for some reason, but okay.
taking
That would have been a great nod back to like the old generation games, but okay.
over residential areas, random streets, parks. And I'm just gonna be very upfront.
I think it's
I
Sharon
really
or
hate
Sharon.
this shit. No matter how much bigger these wild zones got, I never got the same magic of just catching a Pokemon in the wild in something like Arceus or any other Pokemon. While in these little cramped zones of maybe 6, 7 Pokemon types at
Right.
most, I
Mhm.
kept having this constant feeling of like, man, this shit is depressing, which is the exact opposite feeling you
They don't got
want
shit
when
going on in the city.
capturing Pokemon. This is the whimsy part. And don't
Right.
get me wrong, I do understand that story-wise, the Pokemon not exactly fitting it
I like how okay, like this one right here is cool. I like how like in the cemetery it's all ghost type Pokemons in there, like a Ghastly and all them type. Like that's cool, right? I really like this part. Like this part, I think this part of the Wild Zone is pretty cool. It kind of makes sense, right? But that's what I'm saying. They had like good parts like in this one. Now, granted though, I don't understand why there's a Ghastly like out and about. Like, well, the sun is out, right? When they should be, well, I'm pretty sure like they don't like being out when when the sun is out. They usually come out during the night, but okay, it's still
in
something.
this environment, these wild zones, kind of feeling like a haphazard, last-minute band-aid solution is part of the story. The story of the game is also saying this isn't the right way for these Pokemon to be living. But one, using story to make sense of shitty game design is still shitty game design. Ironically, making uninteresting
that Houndour
areas and
look
then adding
crazy. Look at that.
story to make sense of that is a band-aid solution. You could still have that story point of these wild zones are a band-aid solution and they aren't a great way to maintain the Pokemon, but still make the zones more interesting.
Yeah.
Have the Pokemon take over the zones in more unique ways. And the team showed this because one of the best ones is the ice one, where hey,
Yeah.
the Pokemon are actually making a vast difference in that little area
Yeah,
and
it
thus
looks cool.
changing it to a new biome.
I didn't
thus
see this one.
making that the most interesting one. But for the majority, this just isn't the case. There's no reason why there's only like 2 wild zones that I'd say do a decent job of like
Decent, yeah.
showing Pokemon
It does look
taking
decent.
over an area
That's
in a
cool.
cool way. More of this could have provided that variety that this city desperately needs.
Yeah.
There is this ramp up kind of quality to them where the Pokemon steadily get more dangerous the more wild zones there are, thus
Mhm.
reflecting the idea that they're having a hard time maintaining them. But while the
Mhm.
Pokemon ramp up, the areas don't follow suit. The first one
Okay.
is this little abandoned street. There's like a bunch of overgrown grass, a
Right.
vacant car. It really reminds me of like when COVID was happening and we were all inside and thus like the
Shit.
cities were empty and like literal animals were starting to walk in. Like I'm a huge
That shit is, yeah. Damn. Damn. Now that you know what? That's what they should have done. if they were going to, that would have made sense into like if they said like, okay, the reason why it looks so vacant or stuff is probably because there's a disease outside like COVID or some shit, and the people gotta stay inside or something like that because the legendary Pokemon and like the legendary Pokemon that's happening in ZA is causing the disease, and like your job in there is to like cure it or something, or capture it so that people could stop being on lockdowns and shit. That would have been fire. That would have been actually made sense why the city looks lifeless, right? Like I probably would have done that. I would have wrote some shit like that.
Huge lover of that like nature.
Now people probably would have not liked it because they're gonna be like, well, why does this feel like why I play a game to escape the real world? I don't want to play a game and it kind of reminds me of the real world that I'm living in. But eh,
Claiming kind of aesthetic. Like I love seeing greenery and vegetation taking over old buildings and cars and just human structures. But they never really go that hard with it in this game, despite
yeah.
this is like the majority of the aesthetic of these wild zones. Why not make it so the Pokemon have made it so the grass
This would have been cool as hell if all these I forgot what these are called. I think they're like I forgot what this Pokemon is called, but like this would have been cool if they were in the cemeteries. Like that would have made sense. I don't know why they're just on a building. I don't know. I mean, kind of maybe they're trying to replicate how spiders just be showing up out of nowhere in your place, but still though.
and greenery is like taking over literally everything. So much so that the whole ground has like this super tall grass that like you can't even see as you walk through. And then you can have a cool little dynamic where like the Pokemon are sneaking up on you because of that tall grass. Imagine instead of just
They are also
ghosts
in
being
the
around a
cemeteries. Oh,
single
okay, then that's nice.
tiny little
Smart.
graveyard,
Okay, then.
or in
I'll
one
take
room
back
of
what
a
I said.
building in like one quest, they took over an entire building or a mansion of some sort, which
Right.
already is a lot cooler of a thing for ghost Pokemon to take over. But if
Yeah.
we were gonna go even further, we could do cool content with that.
I think what you call it? I may have forgot, but what did they call it? Is it the Pokemon Cemetery or Pokemon Tower? I forgot. In like Pokemon Red or some shit like that. Literally like the Pokemon's like that cemetery place or that tower or whatever. Like it got taken over by like ghost Pokemons, right? I forgot what it's called. I forgot what the place called. If anybody knows, you guys could like correct me if I'm wrong. I forgot.
You
I
could do
forgot it.
some cool spooky gameplay. You could have the ghost Pokemon like popping out of random paintings on some like Luigi's Mansion
Yeah,
shit.
that would
Or
be
maybe
cool.
there's like a painting of a Gengar, and if
And
you
he's
like
watching
look
you.
closely, you could actually see its eyes like following you as you walk.
Ah, that
And
is
if
so
you don't
cool.
notice it, it'll attack you. But if you do notice ahead of time, you could like throw a Pokeball. I'm just spitballing. Instead of just quicksand, you could have a whole like sandstorm area.
Oh my god. Just like Pokemon Black and White. Oh man, bro. Pokemon Gen 5 was ahead of its time, bro.
That creates a big
It was so
desert
ahead of
biome. You could have it that some water Pokemon have like made the water rise too much in one area and flooded it, and thus now it's become like a swamp or something. Maybe you could have it that a whole part of the city gets entranced by fog.
That is
So
so
now you
cool.
can't see as well, and that is a more interesting area to explore. There's a lot of charm that can be done with a one city environment. But these zones for the aesthetic and really the whole city just settles for the bare minimum. And please do notice that all those ideas I just gave for cool
From
wild
older
zones
games.
are just things that we had in prior
Oh
games.
my gosh.
Mind you, those games all had entire regions, not just one city.
One city,
and
yeah.
doing this would give more opportunity
man.
for the Pokemon to actually be doing interesting things in the environment outside of just standing there. Like, don't get me wrong, there is some cool little moments.
That's cool.
Like how Trubbish is by the trash, and if you try to catch him, he actually does a little dance because he's happy somebody wants him. Or having bird Pokemon just chilling on top of street lamps like in real life, that's nice. Or spiders like hanging from a web on the ceiling or wall. I like that. But it's so far and few between that you see this. It's about
Right.
as much as you
That's
see
cool.
this
That's
happen in
actually cool, too.
Arceus and Scarlet and Violet, where even in those games I have said this type of stuff
It's what we
should
need.
be the norm.
That should
And I
be
think
everywhere.
making more interesting environments in these zones would have helped with that. Honestly, I think this game could have heavily benefited from a seasons mechanic. One, because I really just fuck with that
Season mechanic right here. Like, yeah, I don't understand why the game didn't have a season mechanic. I don't know why, but it should have had one. He says, speaking of ghosts, I'm playing through Ghosts of Yotei in the new game plus, and I just realized how much they make you want to kill the Yotei six. Oh, really? Why they make you hate them?
mechanic. I think they should bring it back. Having the seasons change would add even more variety to the city because
That'd
it would
be
have
cool.
different looks in the different seasons. But also, the different seasons would affect how the wild zones look too.
Mhm.
But I'll get more into that during the content section. And I think overall, all these cut corners and very bland choices aesthetically makes it so this game's vibe or atmosphere doesn't really amount to anything. It's a very neutral vibe to this whole place, which is unfortunate because I feel like when it comes to atmosphere and vibe, I think Pokemon games are really great at that. I have a whole
Yeah, they're
video where I
good.
talk
Yeah,
about the
they're good
atmosphere
at
of
it.
Pokemon. But also the Legends game before this, Arceus, really excelled in its atmosphere and its
Mhm.
vibe. In that game, I wanted to really take a moment and really take a breath and
Like I said,
take in everything.
I did not hear anything bad about Arceus. I really didn't want. Wait, what did you just say? Why do your message get retracted? Or your message just got retracted all of a sudden. I don't know why, but okay, but anyways, yeah, man, I think like Pokemon, they're really good when it comes to atmosphere, but I don't know, man. I just don't know what,
I
man.
was seeing.
And then the next thing I was gonna say is I think you said the word kill on the thing, or I think stabbed or something. Those words get your stuff retracted or something. I don't know. But yeah, I was also gonna say, yeah, I didn't hear anything bad about Arceus. Arceus, the only bad thing I heard about it was like it was bland. That's
But I
it.
think we've
There
covered
was
everything on
nothing.
like a
It was
visual
the
front.
open world
And
was
while it
empty,
is super important how
but
your world
everything else was
looks and
alright.
feels, I also think it's equally, if not more important, what's in that world.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna end it off here because I gotta go, but I'll be back later. I don't know, maybe that time when when I come back, you guys are sleeping and shit. So I don't know, but I'll be back later. And yeah, man, I'm gonna catch you guys. Alright. It was nice. It was like a short stream. I just wanted to do that, but I'll be back again, and we could talk more again about life and just chill out. If you guys enjoyed the stream, press that like button and then subscribe if for any of the new guys. Like I hope to see you guys more um d during this week and stuff. But y'all be safe out there. I gotta go. I'ma catch ya. Alright. Peace.